Buenos dias, buenos tardes, and buenos noches, mi amigos, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world. And thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK. I'll be your caster and cameraman for today, and I am not running solo. I'm running with a legendary caster, Nina. How you doing, my friend?
I am doing great, MK. Hopefully you can hear me all right. It looks like we're going to be getting right into it. I'm not sure if I'm lagging. We do have an AFK here in Rochelle, but this is Hokori versus L'Obscurité here for Peru. Loser bracket. This is the match to determine who is going to be facing off against South Stars for basically the lower bracket final, and who is going to be packing their bags and headed home. Smoke into the hunt, into the triple boom spit. Unfortunately, a little bit late to the party, but it is going to be the early quad sack for L'Obscurité.
Yeah, the damage is just 1. It'll get 1% all from Grizz. So 5 HP comes off of Grizz. A lot of the common infected are going to be chasing from behind, but shouldn't be much of a problem to a Hokori, as spawns are coming up in rotation. Now, no, there's a lot of commons coming from behind, but I don't know if there is a good chance for them to spring this. It's not going to be a quad, actually. Never mind. No, it's going to be tri-cap boom. I missed that.
I did too. Interesting. Okay, so this obviously neutralizes a lot of the threat, but the threat is still very relevant. Losing the smoker from this is, not the most relevant part of the hit, but it does take away the quad. They've got to go soon, because obviously on Dark Honey Remix, you can see where the tank percentage is. Coach acting like he's going to bring it in. They eventually spin the trap. Charge, not finding it. Hunter hopping through, gets locked down by Yaft, and they bring in the tank in the hands of Dog for L'Obscurité.
Alright, Dog's going to spend some time bringing those two toys in. His teammates will be Bully, Bully, Karu, and Roud is going to be his teammates. Why don't you take away Hokori for us now?
Pleasure for Hokori, of course. We've got Yaft, Zyko, Shockwave, and Grizz. Very familiar roster here. I mean, we've kind of been like in previous weeks. I remember Hokori showing up with rosters that didn't really feel complete, but this one does. It feels like we're maybe missing one. I don't know. I think this is pretty much their key roster, right?
Yeah, this is Hokori's core 4. They have everybody here. They got Grizz, they got Shockwave, they got Zyko. So L'Obscurité, our underdog that we have followed for many weeks in this tournament, is now coming up to where it's go home or if you lose, so it's win or die. And I'll tell you, going against the Titan Hokori, this will put their names in the books for the top 5, possibly, and all, if they could do this. Dog, digging out the hatchback. You followed these guys a lot longer than I have, so why don't you take this tank away?
Alright, beating Colossus, beating Agartha twice, once in the winner bracket, once in the loser bracket. They're now going to try to take down a feat even bigger. Hokori themselves, they can't get any SIs in. All going for pretty much the same direction, where the survivors are looking right at them. And this is an unfortunate start for L'Obscurité. 2 smacks, sure. I'm pretty sure that was about it. The smoke, very brief. We've got 2 players still with 0 points. The SI commit path, no good at all. Not able to bring in the hittables. And that is a very questionable start for L'Obscurité. Not the best way to start the match as the underdog team.
Yeah, they only get, what is that, 48 damage from the tank. I don't even think anything else got anything, to be honest with you. No, I think that's all they're able to scratch together. 87.8 remains, 773. A decent choke point coming up. L'Obscurité couldn't hit at the underpass since they already passed it. You can just jump over the fence, take a shorter route. As they go onto the RV trailer, and it looks like they're going to be hitting, probably if they choose to go upstairs or into the pool. And if the hit is not successful now, they will definitely be able to blitz the choke point coming up too.
Ready. This spawn of the boom, of course, is very safe here. Just letting him know he's there. And that L'Obscurité does intend to hit here. Hunter spawn in from behind. Arcboom finds one very cheekily. Charge, unfortunate, but the Hunter will be able to grab it into the Hunt spit with the boom stumble, and he gets it's into a corner as well. So Nick has to go all the way back through the spit, and that is a great hit.
They've almost doubled up the damage with that spit
Pretty
stumble.
much.
Yeah, I mean, they were at 87. They switched the numbers over to 78.1 now. I mean, they just switched the numbers kind of around. They're all the same numbers, though, except for the one. But now here comes the choke point we were talking about, and they have a quad to go for it. Let's see if Hokori's ready to take. Oh, they shoot the car alarm by mistake. I don't know if this was a mistake or not. Now they're going to go out and take this horde in the playground, I think. And they're going to send it. Jockey is in. Oh, the charger misses. It's a 2-cap, though. Not much. Another fist. And they'll get about another 5% from that. And I tell you what, no, Lobscurite needed that right there. Slow him down a little bit and get rewarded with maybe another hit or two before they make safe.
Yeah, always interesting to see when the playground does come into effect. Going to be able to dodge around the alarm car. And obviously the downside for Lobscurite is they don't get to hit here. It's typically not a very threatening hit. But with them missing that, okay, they are going to send in the boom. They get a guaranteed one, and hopefully is going to buy enough time. But the thing is, MK, I mean, the CIs are all behind them, and Hokori's just going to hold W. And this is going to be a long, long time without a hit.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to be able to go to the safe room, and they're going to rush it. I don't think there's any reason to wait. Charger's not going to be able to get in position where he wants. He's going to have to come from the rear. And here they come. Hunter comes in. Hunter lands. They're going to get the pound spit. Oh, this stumble. Wow, what beautifully timed by the Charger to make sure they get that stumble. And just like that, they dip him under 40%. And considering how the tank went, I think they did pretty well considering Lobscurite doing damage, but it's still a big score for Hokori, 916.
Yeah, I think Lobscurite recovered quite gracefully, as much as they could within their means. I was having serious doubts about their decision making there at the tail end, but it definitely paid off, and also it did feel like after the survivors got past the motel sign, they were only going to get one more effective hit anyways. So saving it all for that final kaboom did pay off quite well. And it's just one of those decisions that you have to make. It's not always going to pay off. A lot of the times, tempo is the play. Maybe they could have hit all four down below and still got a hit outside the safe room, but that would have been with different SIs. It could have been a different story. They get the damage where they can. They keep Hokori below 1,000, and now they see how many points they can rack up on their survivor side.
It is a story for Hokori, and that's putting up a lot of points on their survivor side. That's one thing that they're good at for sure. Putting up 916 is very respectable, but it is possible for Lobscurite to beat that if they can mirror the tank damage, only taking 2 punches and shutting down the tank, and then just not taking as much damage on survivor. They could actually come out on top. Hokori walking in with 58% of the bonus, which is still quite a bit, but when you're late in this part of the tournament, you gotta be expected to put up 60% sometimes. You might just to clutch it, and I would love to see a start for Lobscurite to see if they can mimic it. We'll see what happens after the first set of spawns go in. Retro attack with a spit. Going to be the opening hit as we wait for Shockwave to return and get his SI in position. And we should go any second here. And he went AFK again. Never mind.
Well, regardless of who is piloting the tank for Hokori, a big question on my mind is how is the hittable game going to play out for that tank? Because there are 2 hittables that are available. Sometimes it is very possible to tunnel too difficult or to tunnel too much on getting both the hittables in, and that greediness can result in you having time to get neither of the hittables in. And we've seen how impactful it can be just now from Lobscurite Dog's perspective, trying to get any sort of damage in this area without a vehicle, without a hittable. We saw the SIs. They do have possible spawns. Like we see that white truck over to the left. We see the brushes over to the right. But with the SI commit path in the moment, it left Dog with no options. There was really nothing he could do in that situation without any hitables.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough fighting a tank in the safe room with a special infected. I think this one's a little bit more difficult for the special infected, as zone mod on regular Dark Carnival has the bust and some things on one side, and then has
Mm-hmm.
extra bushes on the left, which is a little bit more advantageous for the special infected compared to here. It's a little bit more open in
Yeah.
my opinion, but the tank does have the possibility to bring in 2 hitables instead of 1. And
Right.
Dog tried his heart out and all. It just didn't work out in his favor. Not able to get them in a good spot. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean I've been there for sure. Literally, there is no option for the tank if he doesn't have any cover with hitables, or anything distracting him. There is no option other than to be shot by like probably 3 SMGs while you walk in a straight line towards the 22 car, to try to eventually start making contact with the survivors. So that's pretty much all you can do. It's very straightforward, but it's very frustrating as well. So it and another thing is, tanks can tunnel so hard on the 2 hitables that they actually do get both the hitables in with time, but they hit it so far that the survivor team just runs the opposite direction, and that can be just as bad for the tank. So I think a good setup here, and a setup that we might see Hokori do, is one car hit forward, the other car kept back, for safekeeping. We'll have to see when it approaches. But it is approaching for sure, as the ready ups are out. 2-2 for the first hit.
Let's see. Oh, they're going to go right away. Look at this. Quick go. Oh, the hunter finds a target. Spit does too. And that is going to be already the first hit going in favor for Hokori by a long shot. No, it was only 1% on the other side. Lobscurite was up for 3.7. And now they're going to push up to get this tank in, but I don't believe they'll be able to do it right away. They'll have to take one more hit, clear up these commons. And I didn't see the spawn rotation, but it looks like somehow they kept the Spitter alive now? I don't know if that was Spitter or if he just was the first to die. Or
Right.
yeah, he did. He had to keep
Yeah.
it. Mathematically, he had to.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Reloading.
Interesting hit in general. Jockey, Charger, Hunter, Spit.
Reloading.
This could be huge.
Reloading.
Back off. Okay, they get it. Here they come. Jockey became the tank, dead. Hunter just pouncing around. Interesting. Okay, here comes the charge now. They kind of send the SI kind of just one at a time now.
Yeah.
Not quite sure what was going
I-
on there. And Shockwave still keeping the Spitter.
I mean, if that's the play, I would have loved to see them just stack onto Dog when he went to bring in the tank. But whatever the Spit has in mind, it did something. I guess it prevented them from running forward. I'm not sure, to be honest.
That's a good question now. People ask me who would be my favorite, who's your favorite survivor in Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and I have to pick the girls, Zoe and Rochelle.
Okay, yeah, I am Lewis for sure for Left 4 Dead 1. Left 4 Dead 2, probably Rochelle.
Yeah, Rochelle complains a
Pretty,
lot.
pretty easy choice. There are a lot of good choices for Left 4 Dead 2. There's one clear choice for me for Left 4 Dead 1. That's how I go.
Ooh, look at that. A single boom pops off there. And now he has, look at this though, Zyko has both hitables that could be possibly used. They are LOSing him though. They can actually AI him if they just hit, but I don't think Lobscuritate's going to do that. And he's got both cars in play. This is huge. Zyko's tank, heavy hitter as always. He loves to play rock tank when he can, but he gets map 1 tank. Oh, the separation is big. This could be absolutely disastrous for Lobscurite. There's a jockey at the car.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be bad. Nick is probably going to die here. There is so much health on Zyko. One more will finish it. Goodbye to Aruki. And now Zyko down with about 1,800 here with 2 more hitables yet. No, this is amazing for Hokori right now.
I love the way he lined it up. It's just set up. Okay, it's one forward. Got another one teed up. Wow. Skipping across, smoke pool, into a car. Charge will go wide, but down goes Dog. The flip over fully as well. 1k HP left on Zyko, but he eats the rock into the car. Finish it. No! Round still fighting, but he will go down. No, he's still alive, but he will go down.
Unfortunate for La Obscurite with their life on the line. They're gonna fall to Hokori on Chapter 1 of Dark Carnival, bringing in a shithouse worth of points against 916.
Okay. Okay. Not much to say. It is what it is. It's definitely not a good start for L'Obscurite. Hokori getting knocked to the lower bracket by South Stars, which in my opinion, I would have said that they are like on a similar level to L'Obscurite as far as South Stars goes. South Stars has been exceeding expectations for sure. They lost to Babylonia, which L'Obscurite also lost to Babylonia. But Hokori, they are, I mean, from that chapter alone, you think, well, damn, they are definitely angling for that grand finale. They might just be a shoe-in for the grand finale. But the thing to keep in mind is, that was Zyko. Zyko is the guy as far as tanks go. He always finds that window in. We'll see how the rest of Hokori can perform on their tanks. But this second chapter, definitely going to set the tone. 2-2, no 3-1. Jockey can't find it. Charge will be sidestepped. Smoker's good eventually. That's going to be that. A couple scratches. Hands on the head. Eventually cleared up. I mean, hey, considering the tank is right there, they do a good job of spreading the damage around.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Now, 3 of the survivors are no longer 5 punches. That's pretty darn good with considering what they had with their opening hit. As Roud is going to run away and bring this extra hittable into play. Yes, he does want it. It'll take a little bit to get there, and Hokori doesn't look like they want to play any aggression, at least not yet. Is that a play? Did he get that? No, I don't know if he can get that.
I have no idea. It looks like he's going to go for it.
Yeah, he's got to dig it out, though. Got to bank it out. Yeah, he can get this out. Or he's got to be careful.
Beautiful.
They might just push. They're thinking about it. Oh, they're thinking about it. Oh, look at this. Take it away now.
Okay, in he goes, climbing up and around. Gets the early smack. He doesn't go anywhere. He gets a fall. Dumpsterville. Population Zyko. No, he doesn't get him with the dumpy, but that might be enough. He's going to start playing with it. 2,500. Oh my God. Rochelle going to take one to the dome. 2.2K. We got the Hunter hopping around. All he needs is his Hunter to connect and a corner out to Coach. But I think the Hunter just got picked. Yes, he did. And he's got, okay, corner. No. Weasels his way out of the corner. We got a jockey hanging out, but Roud is dead. Beautiful double in cap for L'Obscurite, though, nonetheless, getting the damage in. We saw the glimpse of hope, a glimmer that it could be a full wipe there with a 12% tank, but it wasn't meant to be. Hokori manages to recover.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they suffer 2 in caps, and Grizz loses half of his HP, so I mean, he's done a lot of damage. The Hunter tried to stay along as he could, but got picked.
Yeah.
I mean, he did his job, though, even though he didn't land on anybody, but he kept guns off him long enough for the damage to be done, and Hokori will fall half of their bonus to the tank, but they're still fast. 2 sets of pills. Grizz has permanent HP at 46. I think the infected team need to make sure they hit Grizz here. At least 1 charger punch, in my opinion, and I'll get another set of those pills pop.
I mean, when Coach started backing up towards the safe room with that Hunter could have connected on the other player, that alone might have enabled the wipe. But you know, we can't focus too much on what could have been. The truth is, it's still good for L'Obscurite. Bonus below 50% right out the gate for Hokori. They do the jump across the tables, but look, the separation charge and Hunter overlapping. That hurts for sure. But look at Ro. It's been Rochelle's all day today, MK, all night. It has been the Rochelle's getting split from the team and just getting absolutely annihilated by the Special Infected. Another big hit from Obscurite. Beautiful follow-up.
And not only that, that Grizz is going to have to eat his pills to be fast with his teammates here. And it looks like he's about to eat it. Probably waiting for one more hit as the Boomer pre-spawns on the outside. Interesting. Hunter's coming around. Charger coming from the rear.
Mm.
Charger will land and
Wow.
get the 10 damage. No slam with the jockey in the back is going for a ride. Yap has to chase.
on!
Common are blocking. Ring around the Rosie. And they're going to have to eat the last set of pills or Grizz is just going to crawl. It doesn't look like he wants to eat it now. And this is it. Now they're crawling the rest of the map. They've taken 25% of the bonus in the last 2 hits. Or you're getting a little cocky early, in my opinion, now with the lead they have.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, it's also some insane execution by Obscurite, but Hokori needs to strap back in here. Shockwave guzzling all of his team's pills. I mean, down the hatch, one after another. We got Grizz and Zyko moving slow. You know, Zyko, in fact, is bleeding out. So this does not bode well for them. Of course, yeah, doing very well health-wise, but we'll see how long that stays for. Alleyway hit. Where's the hit from Obscurite here in the alleyway? They choose to hold on to it. I'm kind of shocked with a Charger Hunt spit. Sure, Smoker as well, but I'm kind of shocked that they don't send it. Now they will. Smoke one, Coach. Hunter eventually connects. Going. It wasn't textbook. I'll say that much. But they got the caps.
Yeah, it was just about 3% and change. Not too much out of there. I think the Hunter actually goofed that attack by getting stuck on the top and losing all of his HP. Had to go back for a despawn. They do get some damage though, and it looks like the infected will be able to hit on the transition on the top of the slide. It looks like everybody's coming up. They have the boomer. They have the tri-cap with the boom. It looks like they want to go quickly here. Hunter's already given away its location. Charger rockets around the side. Nothing. Jockey unable to... Jockey jumped over the fence and onto the infected ladder, and nothing's going to come of that. And Grizz is going to be one scratch, but not bleeding, and that means they can keep moving.
Usually, when the players are slow and out of pills, this is a massive snowball for the SIs, and they're able to shut it down pretty well, but not Hokori. They stand strong. Their bonus may be mostly wiped out, but they're still going to get a majority of the distance here. Just how much of it we'll see. Smoke full attempt, no good. Charge missing. Just straight up missing his B-hop. And Obscurite now... Oh, okay. They'll take a little common in cap there with Zyko on 1 HP as well. But for the most part, I mean, that was a slow ball, or a softball that they got lobbed, and they missed it.
Taking a risk here, not downing Zyko.
Yes.
1 HP. If they start the event without downing him, I was about to say. I don't know if they make a play on that. No, they don't.
Reloading.
All right, this makes it a lot easier for Hokori. They sacrifice 10% DB there, but they still have 200 bonus, which is kind of crazy. Hunter? Oh, Hunter misses. What a clear on the smoker, though. And the jockey can't cover it and just stinks of damage. And no, it looks like Hokori's actually going to make it with bonus. Something I did not expect.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Inches away from a wipe at 12% of the way through the chapter. And they recover with angling for over 600 points, which is uncalled for sure. We got a charge spit. We got big damn possibilities. 2-2. Hunt charge. Lining up. Ready for a stairwell attack. Arc boom over to start the party. Finds 2. The Hunter connection. Charge comes in. I mean, finally, Hokori starts to find some damage. Is it too little too late? Triple boom with players bleeding out. It looks like it's gonna be too little too late.
Yeah, and Yap has enough HP to tank this pickup. So,
Nice.
So they're going to make it. And Yap does all the points. There's no more damage. Bonus spawns are not ready. Yap is blocking spawns. And they in. Oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
They get in there with 92 bonus. I mean, considering how bad it went in the beginning, they still get plus 95, plus full distance. So, man, Lobscurite is down about 700 and change before the start of the map. So, I think they have to make up 300 per chapter. In my opinion. Got to be the minimum goal.
Okay.
I mean, they could
Let's
get away
start
with
with
less.
surviving the tank. 2 hittables. First tank was not convincing from Obscurite's survivor side. There needs to be a massive shift here. on this Chapter 2 10% tank.
Yeah, I believe that. Problem Lobscurite, they got to be like, okay, we can take one in cap and that's it. Can't take more than that. Obviously, they don't want to take any, but this is a wide open tank and it can be done. We'll see how they make the play after they take this first set of spawns with the Charger and the Smoker both pre-spawned above them. Rochelle is out. Jockey! They try to double team. Only a punch with a Smoker pull. Nice triple boom coming out from the Boomer that will protect the tank from being pushed. That should allow Grizz more than ample time to go get his dumpster without any of the survivors being aggressive for Chip, with all these comments coming in here and all, quite a bit.
Still trickling through. Eventually gonna bring it in before Hokori can get their hit up. And it is gonna be in the hands of Grizz.
No one pushing for Chip. Clearing out the commons. There is no Boomer to worry about and no Smoker. I think this is the best scenario for survivors being able to chip the tank now, in my opinion. Oh, but the Charger land, nice clear. The Jockey finds a target. Oh, nice 2-cap. Okay, that's good chip damage before tank commit. No, look at that. Every survivor survived.
This may be a good opportunity to get chip on the tank, but the thing is, if they get wiped by this tank, they're going to have 120. They're going to be down almost 1,400 points after 2 chapters. Lobscurite cannot afford for any random incaps or just misplays from overcommitting to chip.
Now they got to be careful though. Now there's a Boomer in rotation and a Smoker. This is where it gets scary to play aggressive. And the Boomer finds one. Tank is making a push on this, getting a better ground. This dumpster's in an okay spot. Okay, he drops it in. Looks like he wants to commit here. Commons are a little late. Okay, it's through the hole too. Okay, Lobscurite's got to be careful. Dog is in danger. Okay, never mind. It's up against the railing. He popped that one up against the Whispering outside. He popped that one out of play. Oh, the Commons are locking them in place. He's got a corner. The Charger lands in the dumpster. The Survivor is going to get corner. Okay, that's going to be his cap. Oh no, he got out. If they can stay away, this would be great for them. Oh, he gets another punch on the Nick, and the tank dies with no in-caps. And that is exactly what they needed. They survive with 75% of the bonus, and they have pills coming up ahead here and all. This is exactly what Lobscurite needed. If they could hold on to this bonus, they could actually take the lead.
Fortunately for Rao, the tank was not able to get any follow-up punches after he popped his pills. So all 4 players gonna have plenty of HP. Aruki is there with 59, but still 19 HP, actually 20 HP to lose before he goes slow. They're gonna go for the same safe route. This has really not been willing to cooperate with most teams, and it doesn't look like they. I don't think this is the right angle. They're gonna try to flip it over at this point onto.
Not good enough. My opinion.
And also, if the tank is able to get both hittables in play like that, you know that the tank does not have much frustration left if you've already been kind of LOSing him. So that should kind of be a signal as well that, hey, he's about to go AI. Again, easier said than done from the spectator screen where we get to see the exact frustration percentage. Players in game on the Survivor side, they don't have that same luxury. So it does make it pretty scary to do. But regardless, 2-2 here as survivors give up. Charge. Avoided. Nice sidestep by Ro. Not continuing the trend of Rochelle's completely throwing for their team. And they will be able to mop up that SI hit.
Only 2% and all. That's a good job by them. I think they should. Reload. The extra pills should be any second. Did they miss the pills? Reloading. No way they missed the pills. Did they really?
Possible.
Zyko already had pills by then. He doubled up, so it looks like they're going to miss a set. Unless it's in here. No, they missed a set of pills. Okay, so now there's only one more set. Reloading. That's big. That's 25 points, because now there's only 7 points. I think. Okay, they found it. Never mind. Jockey gets M2'd. Hunter finds a target, and look at the spin spread, and the Smoker, and they
pretty much unscathed.
The bonus went up now.
Yeah, they did.
They got. What was
it did.
They got 6 more points.
they can't quite be winning after this chapter, but they can do very well for themselves with this 800 plus bonus. Alleyway hit is a question going through my mind. It looks like they're going to be able to get through. Arc boom possibility. Ricochet from the Hunter trying to get in. Charger wide. I mean, the SIs were not that close. One smack is all they're going to get. And Hokori lacking SI damage.
Yeah, but they do force route allowed to pop his pills. So that's going to be the bonus dipping below 800. So you were correct. They can no longer win the round. But they are coming up to the last 30% of the map to come up. If they can push through this area pretty quickly here, Aruki, Smoker Tongue gets cleared. Okay, now they have this choke point kind of in their hand. Hunter looks like he wants to come from the inside. Jockey up above, Spitter as well. Smoker's about to get his pullback, which he does. Coach getting greedy, trying to shoot it. Hunter comes from inside, lands this pounce. Jockey lands, Spit does not. Smoker pulls. And Spinner gets a scratch, and bonus goes down about another 30, 735, but Lobscurite keeps going. And now they're not going to get a hit to inside of the carousel, and there's only 2 hits left for Hokori. And this game's about to be within a couple hundred points now, barring a catastrophe.
A capper lands, and the Spit spread's no good, or the Spit doesn't cooperate. Spit doesn't land it, and damage is just lacking here. This is like one of the scariest parts of the chapter, though. Hunter trying to catch out Dog. Not gonna happen. Jockey spawns in between, gets shut down. And there goes a piece. There goes a piece of the combo. Into away on the charge. They will, or the boom rather. They will pop one boom onto Row. But she's even jumping when she does it. So she's right back into action. And away they go, pressing the button. One final hit for Hokori, and they've got a lot of bonus to wipe away. Otherwise, it's going to be about, you know, about a 600-point victory.
Oh, the Smoker Tongue missed. The Charger gets melted. The Jockey will latch on. That's going to be all their damage. And they're going to bring it within 100 and change. I don't know how much it exactly will be, but what a bounce back for Lobscurite. What a chapter, putting them at 1283 to Hokori's 1508. What a bounce back there. Now look at that, over 500. What a round for them.
Yeah, that I mean, I feel like a lot of times Hokori winning by 1,000 points or you know, almost 1,000 after one chapter, that would kind of be the foot on the neck of the enemy team. But Lobscurite, immediate bounce back in chapter 2. Some great tank play by Lobscurite, getting 2 in caps into, I think, like a 2 smacker from Hokori's tank. Maybe a little bit more than that, but no in caps. That much is for sure. And we finally get to see Lobscurite's survivor side, and it gets revealed that it's not looking too bad at all. I actually found it more to be Hokori's SI side feeling a little bit lackluster more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. They played extremely well, Lobscurite on the survivor side there. I mean, look at the bonus they put up. That is massive. So, unfortunate for chapter 1. They'll have to just take and learn it. Just learn from the mistake that they made, because now they're only 25-point delta now. That's it. That's an incredible bounce back from being down 805 to 225. That is a great change. And not only that, they have 3 chapters now. Chapter 3, Chapter 4, and Chapter 5. And being with that distance away, it's definitely worth playing all of them. Not only that, but they're going to force Hokori to have to deal with a tank at 12% of the way on this Chapter 2. But map 1, it was kind of a little early, but not quite as early. Chapter 2, 10%. Chapter 3, 12%. Doesn't get any earlier than that. And not only that and all, but having to deal with a tank like this early, if you manage to get at least 2 win caps, it's going to force Survivor to eat pills to stay fast as long as they're able to keep doing damage. It's going to end pretty well for the Infected if they can do that. So that's what Lobscurite's got to do. 2 win caps minimum is what they got to go for here, in my opinion.
2 in caps minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Here on the 12% tank. We'll certainly see if they can do it. No hittables to play with. And there is, you know, this open space that they can back into as well. And the things that they can use to try to juke around the tank to avoid at least one smack as well. See if they can get it done. A rookie going to be the tank. Certainly one of those dependable players for Lobscurite. Really for any team that he's on. Going to have the Smoker Hunter charge a boom. Then pretty much will be right into it. Seeing if he can make it happen.
I love the jump spawn.
Oh. Hunter stays alive. Oh, he goes for scratches. He gets some sneaky scratches onto Coach. Coach drops down to 86 HP.
That's actually pretty big though now, because now he has a target he can go for who's 4 punches.
Raud's Hunter getting like literally 3 scratches. I mean, that was kind of uncalled for. And that shows, you know, that the sneaky Hunter with the scratches can be a very powerful tool. One that's often ignored in lieu of just going in with the M1. But regardless, charge, no good. Double boom at the tail end. What do we do from here, MK?
Though he can't go. The Horde's just gonna die. It's all gonna spawn back. It's already almost dead. He can't do it. He's got to be patient here, and he's got to go in at like 10%. And he's in. I'll take him away.
All right, Smoker. Here's the yep. Jukes out a smack, and now he's just caught in no man's land. He's trying to hunt it down. This is looking like it could be a no-hitter very easily. Juke again, no. He will catch him that time, but he hits him right into the Smoker, maybe even doing more harm than good with that one. Aruki gets one more smack, and he's down. I mean, very lackluster tank. Getting, I want to say, about 10%. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but either way, that's not what you want to hear if you're the special infected.
Heads up.
No, that was rough. I think the Hunter dropped the ball there. When the tank punched the Survivor forward, the Hunter needed to cover that Smoker.
Yes.
And he does not do so. Allow the easy clear. Aruki's able to catch up with the Survivor, but they've already chipped him down so much. And Hokori played that so well. And now Lobscurite has to do damage with his special infected. And they have to average... Oh man, no, they gotta get him down to about 20% before they make safe from him, in my opinion. Let's see if they can do it with the next hit.
Swan maintenance room, but it's also right before the drop down. They're gonna send it now. Charge, just getting a stumble into a 2-boom. I think the jockey, well, actually it doesn't matter because the spit doesn't die, so they will get the charge back, and it will be joined by, I'm not sure, definitely not Spitter, or I'm sorry, definitely not a Boomer. They're just gonna rush it down and drop down.
Momentum.
It was an interesting decision to not hold, but it does get up another hit faster. This can be a great spot to hit as well.
Yeah, looks like they're going to slow down and clear out the commons. Corey does not want to go into any new commons with a lot of old ones chasing from the rear. All their guns are focused on the special infected. Charger changing his mind a few times to where he's going to spawn. This is actually going to screw the Spitter. Spitter is not ready for the Charger to come back from the rear. So let's see if there's a little miscommunication here on what they choose to do. Because this Charger is constantly moving around. Hunter is pre-spawned up above. We'll see how much this comes into play. Hunter comes in, not even close. Hunter gets skeeted. Spitter goes out onto nothing. Smoker tongue angles through the wall. And that is another attack shut down after the tank. 2 attacks post-tank. No, nothing coming out. Unfortunate for Lobscurite. Great for Hokori.
Very convincing follow-up charge from Aruki. The hit altogether looked pretty mangled before it began. You picked it apart pretty well. We're gonna have the 2-2. Boom hops through, finds nothing. The Spit dies. Spit's gonna send it. And we've got this familiar situation where they sack for the quad. Are they gonna be able to beat the clog? If so, this can be very impactful, but sometimes we've seen this decision fall flat on its face.
Alright, now this is big for Lobscurite. This attack. This is going to set the tone for the rest of the tournament match, in my opinion. I think if Hokori walks in with 70% of the bonus, I don't know if that's going to be possible to make her bounce back from. But, alright, here they go. 3 infected up top. 1 is not going to be. Hunter falls off the back. Got to get back up top. Docket looks like he wants to come from the rear. everything else from the front. Here it comes. Smoker's up there. The Charger misses his spawn. Oh no. And he misses completely too. I don't know who that Charger was, but that Charger, unfortunate. Yeah, he doesn't spawn. There even was the stumble on the Hunter. Did you see it? No, it was there for him to take. And just a little bit of a misplay. And unfortunately, that misplays and had catastrophic effects as Hokori's going to score big.
This is a terrifying scoreline. Absolutely jaw-dropping here. Over 80% of the bonus on Chapter 3 of Dark Carney Remix sounds like a waking nightmare. There is a 2-2 here. You know, maybe they can make it. It's a Poo-2, in fact. But we do see the classic jockey spawn right next to the button. He's going to try to catch Nick off guard as he goes to press the button. And it does fall up into the smoke, in the spit. And will neutralize about, 5%. But it leaves a lot to be desired as Hokori is going to be walking in with like 1,300 plus points.
Smoker tries to delay, but it's not going to be enough. Look at this 3-chapter score from Hokori. 2,844 points on a 500 distance chapter. And now that doesn't even leave L'Obscurité a possibility to make a comeback on one chapter. They need to match this just to stay even.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And this is I said this at the start of chapter 2, but I'm going to say it again here because Hokori has put themselves in that, has put L'Obscurité in that position. This is do or die for L'Obscurité. You cannot be getting major in caps, especially not a full wipe from this 12% thing.
Okay, I mean, look at this now. Bully's down to 77.
Boom.
If the Hunter gets a scratch on Bully,
whoa.
That's not the right survivor, though. But if he would have got Bully, that would have put Bully 3 punches.
He's getting friendly fired. He just got friendly fired down to 75. Round got scratched down to 90. Yeah.
One
it's
more, and he is a game changer away for that tanks commit. They might even be telling him right now that, hey, tank, when you go in, you got to go for Bully or AKA Ellis.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like Hokori wants the run. They said, we've been sent to the lower bracket, yes. It usually doesn't happen, yes, but we are not going out. Take it away, MK.
Yeah, early corner with the smoker alley-oop. Charger lands again as well during this tank commit. Nobody's shooting the tank while Yap gets out. And he is going to decommit back into the vent with 4,100 HP and 30% of the bonus gone. And they have already won the round, I think. Yes, they have.
No way.
I cannot believe they just pulled that off. And he's first
and he
pass.
just walks out. He said, I don't need an end cap. I don't need nothing. I'm out.
And they even have time to sack Zyko.
Wow.
Look at this.
Masterclass.
It's only going to be retro support, though. He doesn't have a capper, but he's back in. He's on the floor. Shooting him pretty well. Hunter's making noise. Coming for the back. Hunter missing. Hunter eventually finds a target while the tank is beating up Loud. Oh my god, that was damage bonus, too. And he's going to decommit. Oh, the rock was so close. And he's going to get to commit again. And they picked on the damage bonus. When they get the pickup, we'll have to do point evaluation again. That's 34% of the damage bonus down. He's going to get to commit a third time. He is down. Here comes the Charger. Charger lands. Oh, he gets another punch. And another punch, 2 slams. And he finally dies off. The jockey lands, the boomer lands. And this is one of the best tanks I have ever seen in this situation come out from Hokori. 3 commits from Yap. Look at the damage and all. I don't even know what to say. They played that so well.
Yeah, I mean, what team could face down this Chapter 1 and Chapter 3 tank? I mean, L'Obscurité is not equipped to defend against this level of Hokori tank aggression. They are not equipped to deal with the constant decommits, the absurd damage. It comes a hit. It does find one. It finds a charge as well. Insane spit on top of the spool, the life-size spool that spreads all the way over. I mean, every single thing is just lining up perfectly as Hokori planned it. And what can you do when the team is firing off at this level? I don't know what you could do.
They're gonna find a set of pills. Their separation from the slow survivors. They levy a special infected to kind of pick them apart if they don't tighten up a little bit. But when you're slower, more attacks. Smoker spawn. Jockey gets M2'd. Hunter coming in for scratches, gets killed off. Boomer just grabs one. Smoker's gonna linger from the behind. Eventually, not get killed off. And Linux is gonna run away. Survivors are gonna drop down in the hole. Bully has chosen not to pop his pills. And we have a question here, Null, on what would happen if a game would tie. And it all depends, Null, actually, if it's a playoff match or not. But this is a playoff match, so Smoker gets a pull. Jockey lands. The clears are slow. All right, looks like they're finally going to clean this up. Charger will hold. But no, back to the tiebreaker scenario as the Charger goes in and lands a double charge. I'm sorry, Null, but back if there was a tie,
yeah.
If it would go to Chapter 5 and end, then both teams would go back to Chapter 1 and play Map 1 again. See, determine who would be the winner. That is as far as my knowledge of what it would be, unless they have to replay the entire campaign, which sometimes some tournaments did that, which I believe the Buy tournament did that, right? No?
Yes, yeah, it actually did. There was one of those rare, match replays based on a tie. It almost never happens, but it did happen in that one. It certainly doesn't look like it's going to happen in this one. There is still the range for L'Obscurité, but they're going to need to have a badass Chapter 4 into a perfect Chapter 5. A beautiful lockdown onto Nick. Alice was already down, basically to start the engagement. And they're desperately just trying to hang on, and they're not even at the roller coaster yet. This is a disaster here. We've already said it, yes, but it's just not getting any better for L'Obscurité. And this is usually, like, remember when Hokori, they had no pills, they were slow, they had, like, no health, and they were still managing to progress through the chapter? Well, that's usually not what happens. This is usually what happens. It's a snowball that leads you straight to hell.
Yeah, it's eventually going to end out here. And the other part about the ties here, now, one more thing I would like to say is if it's a regular game, not a bracket match, they could just end in a tie. I mean, that's perfectly possible.
Sure.
There's nothing wrong with ending in a tie. It's rare, very, very rare. In fact, that buy-in tournament's the only time I've seen it happen, in zone mod at least. Very common in regular versus, actually can happen, but yeah. Treat. I wish we would have been there to cast that one off, but
yeah,
we were casting something else at the same time.
Potentially final hit here for Hokori. Smoker, Jockey both spawn down below. Smoker tongue cleared. Charger, YOLO, takes Ellis for a wild ride. And he will eventually go down. You're going to have... okay, they are actually going to drop down and pick him up. I thought maybe just abandon him at that point and try to get as much distance as you can. But L'Obscurité are either feeling themselves or recognizing that if we just continue as 3, we might as well... like they're willing to take the risk here, which shows how desperately they need the points, because there's a double boom. It's going to keep them trapped down there. Smoke Tongue trying to actually hang him, but it didn't work. Charger's now going to go for a double dip here. Not going to be able to find it, and it works out. Scratch. Nice.
And that is going to be 3 survivors, black and white now. For how rough the tank was for L'Obscurité, the fact that they're coming up on the safe room is pretty impressive now. They're doing pretty well, considering the circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, they have had barely any bonus since 10% through this chapter. So the fact that they have managed to get 400 distance is very impressive. We'll see how much more they can get. Potential of 100 points more that they can get. Distance-wise, and this bonus probably not going to happen. Bully is dead, so he will no longer be accumulating points for his team. We've got Raud quickly bleeding out, 13 HP, but we do have Dog sitting on some HP for his team. Important point of the remainder of the match here. is the decline and the button press. Dog, look at him surfing over the commons for the button press. And he does manage to do it.
Uh-oh. Charger
Yeah. Yeah.
taking the in cap. Dog is common locked like crazy.
Dude. He had a melee. I feel like just, dude. I think there was a world that he just makes it into the safe room and gets some HP for his team, but regardless, that is not going to be the way that plays out.
Unfortunate for Lobscurite. Hate to see it that they've come so far in this cup. They've beaten some good teams, gotten far, but it looks like by the way this is angling out here now, it looks like 5th place will be where Lobscurite ends up. And that, I believe, is one of their best finishes in tournament play. Almost cracking the top 4. Very close.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This is a huge moment for L'Obscurité. In fact, at this point, I think, yeah, the only 4 teams left are South Stars, Hokori, Babylonia, and L'Obscurité. So to be sitting in here with, not just to be sitting here in the
4th, right? I think they get 4th. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They would get top 4. And to be sitting amongst giants here in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, it's a very impressive 4th place to say that you earned. That being said, we are not quite done yet. It would need to be a pretty catastrophic shift, especially with the 70% tank, of course, but it's still possible. We do see quads come out here on Chapter 4. We see some shenanigans happen, and it can be quite effective. So we're going to have a Jockey, Charger, Hunt, Spit for L'Obscurité. Usually don't see much damage coming out of Crash City. We'll see if they can put some pieces together and find a little bit of some much-needed damage.
Careful. A hunter's around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All just melted. Shout out to Valino, and thanks for again for the sub, my friend. Valino is awesome. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Reloading.
That is
Much
the
love.
8th sub for him in a row. Jeez.
Oh, nice.
8 months. Actually, I didn't even see no. This is going to be a late tank at 70%.
Right.
I believe this is during the event, so I do believe they have to take the Kitty Land tent before that tank spawns. I would call that out because I think that's the best hit on this chapter, that Kitty Land tent right after the event.
Yes.
I can't count on one hand how many times I got quadded during that event in my pugs I played with my friends as this attack goes in and gets nothing. There's only 0.2 damage done to Zyko, and it's a friendly fire ding or a common from the back. That's it.
Yeah, that it kind of represents where each team is their heads are at this point in the match. It's really hard to recover from a chapter like Chapter 3. Even though L'Obscurité managed to get a lot of distance in, I mean, the scoreboard does not lie. It isn't always an accurate representation of the match itself, but at the end of the day, it's what we go on to tell who wins and who loses. So you need to get the points, preferably. Quad, ready to go for L'Obscurité. Can they get it? A Barnyard Hoedown coming up.
Let's see if they got the barn burner in the books. Here it comes. Oh, the smoke. Oh, it's a rolling tri-cap, but the Charger misses.
Dude.
I didn't know if I would say it. It was the first time today the rolling tri-cap comes in and all, but the Charger was nowhere to be found. They almost put on a show for us, but unable to fall into play the Charger.
How many 3-caps have we seen with the Charge missing today? I think that's like our 3rd one. One of the times was a stumble that kind of threw off one of the survivors. We had another one. Now we got this. This has been crazy. Just one small piece away from having, oops, all quads all evening. We get rewarded with a poo too.
They say no. We're gonna kill that boomer. We don't want that.
They're not interested in that.
And upon doing so, makes a pipe bomb out of Nick. It looks like they're gonna get this tank up before they get the Kitty Land hit. Should be able to exit. No reason to slow down. If they slow down, it's a complete misplay, and they do. They give the Charger the spawn. They're rushing out. They should attack now. Charger is not ready. Smoker gets a pull, cuts the tongue. Charger is now spawned. Jockey is in. A little miscommunication from L'Obscurité. Everything ties off.
That'll be that.
It's over.
Tank in the hands of Bully, who has been, in my opinion, the most consistent player for L'Obscurité, always showing up to play on this L'Obscurité roster. He is one of the original L'Obscurité believers here. He's going to be trying to seal the deal, try to get something rolling here for L'Obscurité. Hunter Jockey Boom, not the most likely of lineups here. Boom can't really find a spawn. Bully's just in there. And I think he's feeling the pressure. And I think he's feeling the defeat as well. Tries an E-Rock, no good. Trying to chase down Ellis, but there's no way to capitalize on the isolation of Ellis. Decommits with 750 HP. And he's on 7 damage. Just a no-hitter from Bully as it stands.
Yeah, he's going to go bring this dumpster in to try for a Hail Mary of a shot, which is probably extremely unlikely as he bounces it off the Ferris wheel. Hokori has retreated back. They know this tank is dead, and now they're pushing him again because they know this dumpster is in a bad spot. The charger goes in, nothing. And this dumpster only has 1 or 2 more punches left from Bully.
Go down the dumpy, bro. My God.
It was close, Knob. I don't
My
think
God, that was way too close. Look at the survivors here taking the alt route, hanging out with Mr. Peanut Head. Bully, still trying to get it done. Smoke pull, and Zyko is just, come on, Zyko, bro. He's just getting his tongue cuts, hanging out. I mean, it is what it is. They're going to go ahead and lock it in. Full green bars on the HP, full sets of pills, no pills pop, 80% of the bonus, chill maxing, walking it in.
This is a difficult feat to pull off. 4,228 points on Dark Carnival. 4 King, either Dark Carnival was pretty much one of the more difficult tasks to pull off. And 42-28 will solidify Hokori in another top 3 finish in another tournament and all. But are we really surprised is the question. Are we really shocked?
Normally I would say no. I mean, this has been a good moment for Hokori. They had some stumbles through Copa Peru kind of throughout that time that made me question it. But you see a match like this, and I think last week's as well. No, it wasn't, because that's what knocked... No, yes, against the Penguins. Yeah, when we saw that match, and then we see this match, we're like, yeah. Hokori is back in action. They're here to dominate. Look at the hunt. Into the charge, get some smacks, a spit damage. They get 10% on the crash course hit. It's just something that you don't really see very much. And Hokori continues asserting their dominance and proving that they're going all the way to this grand finale. I'm going to predict it now. They're going all the way.
You heard it from the man. Clip it and ship it. He says Hokori goes all the way. But right now, Rochelle did go back for pills. They have a pull on her. Boom responds, pop, Smoker lands, other SI were not quite ready. Hunter was a little late, Jockey doesn't find a target either. And they had the good idea there from Hokori, but unable to capitalize. Not much damage onto L'Obscurité, and they should be able to get out in the open pretty quickly here.
But they will just keep pressing W. Unperturbed by the smoke.
Everybody grab a weapon.
Okay, wait. 2-2. Through the smoke. Spit spawns in. Through the spit. Sides up the charge. Nice recovery for L'Obscurité.
Yeah, and it looks like Hokori is starting to goof off a little bit here with their spawns, not dying in the right order, not really kind of going in synchronized anymore, but maybe they can deny L'Obscurité a 2,500 point run, maybe?
Maybe.
Definitely getting 2K, unless this is a quad coming in here, which I don't think it's going to be, no.
Gonna send it. Oh my, nice little deep ski. You're gonna smoke as well. Shut it all down again.
Is that the pole guy who got the last shot? I don't know if he did or not. I didn't see it. It was close, but still, what a shutdown. 900 bonus left. Tank's about to be up when they get on the other side of the event.
The hands of Linux.
Yeah, they're substitute players, so they lost shot.
Right. Ah,
Still don't know what happened to him. Hope he's all right.
yeah.
Alright, this is gonna open the gate. And what the hell else?
Nice shutdowns. They continue, just lock it down.
That was a good shutdown from Lobster Day. They needed to do that on chapter 1 and 3.
Yeah,
They played a phenomenal chapter 2. Just
right.
they didn't take the tanks very well
It-
on maps 1 and 3.
It was very hot or cold. Yeah. And it did. It hinged on the around the tank. It was incredible. Just that tank play. I mean, when he got 2k, every time he lost 2k HP on that chapter 3 tank, he just decommitted. He just did tons of damage. Oh, I lost 2k HP. All right, I'll save the rest for later. I mean, it's insane the discipline of a Hokori tank. Speaking of, Linux finishes off MK.
He's up top, drops down, and sees the early pull, but his smoker misses. He missed the punch. Oh, the tongue breaks on the tank. Throws a rock out in the open. The tongue breaks for a third time. Smoker finally dies. Jockey has retreated up top. The Charger has refused to help yet. Here comes the Charger. He finds Nick. The rock hits, but it's an iframe, and now Linux is going to retreat. The Jockey lands on the dog. Moon Rock is in the sky. Not going to fall on anybody, and Linux has to wait for his team in order to do any more damage. He's going to chuck Moon Rocks to the sky for a little while longer. And the survivors are... Oh, my goodness.
Dude.
That was so close.
Oh, dude.
And now they're going to let Linux chase with a dumpster from behind. The Horde is not going to start.
Right.
It doesn't happen on this campaign. Dumpster. Two boom. That will start the Horde. Oh my goodness, that was close. Nick slows down for some damage. He's going to have to punch this dumpster up the hill. There it goes. It's still in play. He pops it into another zip code. Oh my gosh, it almost falls on Nick. Oh, he's going to get someone right here. Oh my gosh, Rochelle's so lucky. Gets the punch onto Nick. He has to turn, hides behind a tree. The Charger lands. Dumpster flies. Almost takes off Ellis's head. One slam. And now Linux is going to be able to decommit with still first pass, 95% frustration, and 2k health. And an in cap goes out.
My bad.
2021, good year.
Here you go.
Yeah, great year.
A chaotic tank fight.
Ooh! Into the triple boom! Oh my god. Give these guys a break, please. Not even getting the dumpsters, but the damage is relentless.
Oh no, I'm crashing. That sucks.
Oh no.
Oh no, I didn't. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
Okay, okay.
Oh my goodness, the dumpster again. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch them. I kind of want to see this thing land from another zip code.
Oh!
Oh no, he's dead now. He's definitely dead. If he manages to hit anything from here on, it's nuts. I was about to say.
Oh.
Alright, so they survive with actually 400 bonus, which isn't bad. So it looks like Lobscurite, even though they wipe out twice, are still going to put up 2,500 points. Gotta admit, that's not terrible. That's pretty good considering they wiped out twice.
There are definitely matches where it just comes down to the tank play. I mean, the score looks heinous for sure, but with the early tanks getting so much incredible value for Hokori 2 times out of 3, yeah, it's just not gonna. It doesn't look pretty points wise. That much is for sure, but it really was a battle of the tanks here, and it was Hokori who won that battle resoundingly.
I hear one of those bitter things.
They putting a hurt on you, but ain't no thing. I'm going as fast as I can.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they go finale. Let's see it. Let's see the finale run. Look at that hunter, dude. That was so sick. Question is, GG's?
I mean, it's mathematically impossible.
Okay.
There we go. GG, well played. Hokori getting the victory over Lobscurite, 4,228 to 2613. And congratulations to Lobscurite, no. Top 4 finish in the main cup. Good for them.